First at 6 tonight, the forensic analysis ordered to determine what went wrong and who's responsible for the failure of the Washington Bridge is not being released to the public because of the state's lawsuit. Nobody will say if that report found anyone working for the state is even partially to blame. Good to have you with us tonight. I'm Patrice Wood.
And I'm Dan Janik. NBC 10's Gabrielle Cracchiolo went digging through hundreds of pages of documents to try to get some answers for you. She joins us live in studio with her investigation. Gabrielle?
Well, 5 companies currently contracted by the Rhode Island Department of Transportation to do bridge inspections are being sued by the state in part because of their work inspecting the Washington Bridge. Our investigation found the state's own bridge inspection manual says RIDOT should have been thoroughly reviewing all the inspections cited in the lawsuit.
I always assume that it's safe to drive over.
You assume that the inspections are being done. That's what you assume, and that they're legit.
Never assumed anything like that was going to happen.
For 38 weeks, drivers have been questioning the Washington Bridge's abrupt closure.
How did that happen without people noticing?
State leaders say it was a young engineer, not an inspection, that brought these broken rods to their attention. 72 hours after they were discovered, cars drove over the bridge for the last time.
It was horrible.
It's very stressful.
Now the state's suing 13 companies for their role in this commuter crisis. Bridge inspections are one of the lawsuit's core issues.
How many inspections were done on that bridge that was overlooked? That's not good. Doesn't say good for the government either.
The suit claims 5 firms doing inspections from 2015 to 2023 all failed to identify, recognize, or address critical elements of the bridge's structural safety and integrity. In March, an NBC 10 investigation into the inspection reports revealed inspectors repeatedly skipped over sections of the bridge deemed inaccessible. Mentions of pigeon debris blocking areas of the bridge are found in each inspection report from the last 9 years. We asked Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg about the inspections when he visited. Does that concern you? Do you think the state needs to reevaluate how inspections are being done?
Yes. Thanks very much for coming out. Appreciate it.
Why did it take a decade and a broken bridge for the state to realize there was an issue with these inspections? When it comes to quality control and assurance, the state's bridge inspection manual indicates both the consultant and the state bear some responsibility. Consultants responsible for inspections are required to ensure the reports are reviewed for completeness, accuracy, and content. But the manual states RIDOT, at a minimum, is supposed to review all inspection reports with a poor rating for the bridge's deck, superstructure, or substructure. Under that standard, all of the Washington Bridge's inspection reports from 2015 through 2023 would qualify for RIDOT review. The manual says if that determines an inspection is incomplete, the consultant should be told to revise and resubmit it, or the procedures for disqualifying the inspection altogether could be implemented.
I hope they do follow through in going after somebody that made the mistakes and ignored what was happening to the bridge. Because those are people's lives. That's my son, my daughter, my grandson, whoever. Somebody is going over that bridge, and God forbid it collapse.
A RIDOT spokesperson tells me they are in the process of updating the bridge inspection manual. They didn't answer questions about what those updates will include. And we do want to note, over the last 2 months, I've requested to sit down with RIDOT Director Peter Alviti a dozen times. But even when we ask what his earliest availability is, I've simply been told he's not available or he won't be doing an interview. In studio, Gabrielle Cracchiolo, NBC 10 News.